I feel particularly in a giving mood. So I thought I would record another class. Let's uh, let's have 45 minutes as a goal. I'll keep it short. Keeping it short is not my best asset, but it's something that I'm always practicing. Jokes aside, my name is Ariana Montanari and I am a yoga synergy teacher. And what I share with you is a much more accessible practice of yoga. Yoga can be experienced sometimes as, oh no, no way I can touch my toes, or it's just about flexibility, or just about being able to balance on your hands. But that's just it's like triggering the performance, right? And what yoga synergy is to offer you a practice where we kind of at the beginning remove all those difficult stuff that could potentially create damage, like going a lot and putting a lot of weight on your hands, for instance, in all the balances. It could cause problems in your wrist if you have not prepared your hands, wrist, arms to take all your weight. So we do a lot of soft movements. That doesn't mean that it's not a powerful practice. We will do a lot of balancing, a lot of moving. So soften up your body. If you think of a hard, if I bend and bend and bend and bend and bend, at a certain point, it will break at that point where I'm always bending. But if it is something soft, like my sock, if you pull it, if you twist it, it's not going to break. So this is what we want to do with the body, with our spine. We want it to be soft so that I'm bending the whole spine, which is not something that I show with a sock because we are not actually as soft as a sock. But my point is that we want to move the whole body. In the spine, we want to move the whole spine and not just like the lumbar, not just like bending and arching all the time in the same spot. I want to get in touch with all the vertebrae. Something that you can think about when doing synergy is to relax the abdomen. Although it might stick out a little bit, yes, those are your organs, that's the food you ate. So just no shame, let it out, relaxing your shoulders and the breath. Try to breathe into your abdomen. If you practice Ujjayi breath, try to relax the throat, relax the breath, and kind of forget about it. Your body will take care of it. We don't need to think breathe in, breathe out. There are many other amazing things that we can keep our brain busy with. And yoga synergy at the beginning can be a little bit of a brain work, but after a while, as soon as your body has learned all these different movements and activations, it will become like a meditation in movement so that you can just let go and enjoy. So we will start the class standing. We're going to do a little bit of grounding. Then we will warm up the body from the feet up, joint complex by joint complex. And then from rolling our shoulders, we will go and move the whole spine. And then from there, we will go into more of a flow. From there, we will go down onto the mat again, slow down, breathe, and then lie down in Shavasana for a few minutes. When I do online classes and when I record a video, I usually keep Shavasana short because I know that you might start wondering, the brain start wondering after a while, is she still there? And so, you kind of look up and see if I'm still watching over you, and I'm usually is. But I know that two minutes is usually what the brain is comfortable with online. So let's get to it. Stand up. Find a comfortable space. Some good and comfy clothes for you. Let me just lift this up. Hello. So that we have a good view. And from there, take a few steps on the spot. Start feeling into your feet and knees and hips to then allow the feet to land wherever it feels good. Doesn't have to be hip width apart. It can be a little bit closer. It can be a little bit wider. And then feel the weight in your toes. Feel the weight in your heels. And just really allow the feet to almost like expand on the mat. Bend your knees slightly. So I don't want to lock. I want to find that little softness. Can be a lot. It can be like almost that you cannot see that I am not here. The top of the hips, I'm coming closer. The top of the hips wants to go back as if something was pulling. And then I want to, with the sit bones, go down, lengthen the sit bones, almost like dropping them towards the heels. From there, I want to relax the abdomen, relax and expand the pelvic floor. So all the muscles in the front and in the back of your pelvis, relax and expand if that feels comfortable. And then arms in front of you. Relax the shoulders, so make sure the shoulders can move. Relax the neck. Check the neck can move. Move your fingers. Wiggle your fingers and check that they can move. And soften up the face. And again, go and feel the contact between the feet and the mat. Soften up the knees. Top of the hips back. Drop the sit bones. Relax the pelvic floor and the abdominal area. Soften up your shoulders, neck, and face. And from here, you can close your eyes. And always remember during these online YouTube classes that I am not there to see you. And you are really the teacher of yourself. You are the person who knows yourself best. So own your body. And whenever something doesn't feel right, pause a little bit, go slower, do less until you find that spot, that movement that feels right just for you. So use the muscles intelligent, the body's wisdom. Feel the contact again between the feet and floor. Soften up the knees and maybe also the thighs, the glutes, the abdomen, the shoulders, shoulder blades moving apart from each other. Relaxing the jaws, relaxing the muscles around your eyes, around your ears. Maybe sighing. Make your body a little bit softer. So although you are in this standing position, be soft but firm. Start noticing where in the body you feel your breath. And if you can, go and breathe into the lowest area of your lungs, both in the front, so the lower rib cage, but also in the back. So expand that area and breathe into it. Feel that air is drawn or sucked into your nostrils because you're expanding. Relaxing the shoulders. See if you can go and breathe a little bit deeper in the area between your navel and the pubic bone, expanding to the front and also in the back, in the area of the sacrolumbar spine. Take a last breath. To then breathe out. Forget about the breath. Lower your hands towards the hips. Open your eyes. Now we start by lifting up the heels and going on the heels. Gonna warm up feet and ankles. And notice what the toes are doing. Can you spread your toes a little bit wider and really press them into the mat, slowly going down and massaging your heels? Come down and go inside and outside of the foot. And I know that you might be thinking, what the hell are we doing? So these are all movements. There are basic maintenance for our joints, okay? Our joints should be doing naturally all these movements every day when we were, primates walking in the forest barefoot, okay? But now we walk in shoes, we walk on flat surfaces, so we don't do these movements anymore. Come to the center, and then from there, bend your knees and have them straight. Bend and straight. Also basic. Come to the center and then go in and out, in and out. Come to the center and draw circles. Feel how it feels for the feet. Maybe the feet will want also to slightly follow the circles. Feel your hips connect with them. And remember that this movement should feel nothing, okay? And I know that we're always looking for, the no pain, no gain. They should be feeling a lot. No, they should be feeling nothing today and in 10 years, okay? Possibly. Change direction. I just recently had a person in one of my classes who said, you were talking about being in that part of movement that is pain-free, but for me, it's just not possible. It always hurts. So of course, it doesn't apply to everybody, but try to be gentle with yourself. It can also be super tiny movement. It has to be nourishing. And then pause and go knees together, but also with the hips, also with the back. Maybe the shoulders kind of melting the body, massaging it and changing direction. One more. And now we come to the middle and come up to the shoulders. Shoulders up and down, up and down. Accessible, right? And from here, make sure that the feet are nicely grounded, that the knees are slightly bent, that the top of the hips goes back and you're dropping the sit bones, that the belly is soft. And then in these movements, notice if you're doing it in a soft way or more in a tense way. Make it softer. See if you can kind of start dropping the hips when the shoulders go up. And come to the center and go forward and back, forward and back. Also make it softer. Make it into a more fluid movement, not so mechanic. Can be with more arms, less arms, as long as you keep the shoulders as the main focus. Okay. And from there, start noticing what happens to the spine when I go with my shoulders forward and when I open them up to the back. Come to the center. And now we're going to combine up and down, forward and backward into circles forward. So lift up, go forward and down and back and up again. Notice what the chest is doing, and if you can kind of engage it a little bit more. So shoulder blades going away from each other, meeting again. Shoulder blades going away from each other and meeting again. Chest rounding, chest expanding. So I'm working on both sides of my trunks, expanding the front, expanding the back, while still rolling the shoulders. Can you connect now with the middle back? Allowing the movement to start from here, expanding the front of the lower rib cage and the back, while still rolling the shoulders. Connect with your spine, create space, create softness. At the beginning, you might want to control the movement, but try instead to flow with it, to be more like an observer and enjoy the ride rather than wanting to be the person who controls it. And then allow the movement to start from the lumbosacral. So lower down in the space in between the navel and the pubic bone, both in the back and in the front. And so I'm not doing this, mind, I want to round and kind of expose this side and this side. Rounding, expanding. And then just find a less of a brainy spinal wave. Allow the arms to move, hands to the center. Start drawing small figure eights, so kind of opening up, closing down, opening up, palms up, palms down, palms up, palms down. Maybe a little bit bigger. And then from there, lift up the heels and continue. And when your heels are up, make sure that you're still bending your knees. Come down. Continue with the arms, but come forward with the left leg. And continue. I'm shifting the weight back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Continue with the upper body, but step back with the left. Now the right leg is forward. Back heel is lifted. And continue. If you are somebody who can get like seasick from this, make sure that you're looking straight forward and in general, so the head is not gonna follow, okay? Because then there's not so much movement happening in the spine, it's mostly the hips are working. What I want to have is like the head more or less on the same level and having the connection, the movement to each and every vertebra. And now land with the back foot. We're sideways and we continue circles. Keep rolling those shoulders forward. You decide for yourself how deep you want to go into your hips. And make sure that this feels like a massage. Round to the lower back. And drop the sit bones towards the floor. One arm at a time if you can. These are like small movements. The arms are soft. And I'm kind of lengthening one side and the other. One side and the other. I'm moving the upper back, the middle back, and the lower back. And then from here, you can come with the hips to the front again. Pause your arms and come to balancing on the right leg. Right toes are nicely gripping. Bend the knee a little bit. Top of the hips back. Lengthen the sit bones. Relax your shoulders. Relax the neck and soften up the face. See if you can now go a little bit lower and coming up. A little bit lower and coming up. 2 more times. And then from there, point that leg in front of you, the left pubic bone forward. You see the hips go back. I expand the abdomen, I lift up the chest, and I expand the arms out to the side. And again, pubic bone forward. Breathe into the abdomen, expand the chest upward. Relax and soften up your shoulders. Expand the fingers and point them towards the floor. Relax the neck and soften up the face. We're nerve lengthening. So we're literally allowing the nerves to be drawn out and stretched, and that's the stretch feeling that you can feel in your fingers. Allow the hands to kind of push out onto each side. And then the left leg starts lengthening and maybe lifting up. Noticing if you're keep lengthening so you're not leaning back with the weight, and then soften up. Roll once down, all the way. You can soften up the knees here, slightly bent. Breathing into your abdomen. Relaxing the shoulders, allowing them to melt towards your ears. Softening up the neck and letting the head be heavy. And come up. And we do the other side. Right leg forward. And when I'm here, I'm quite close, you see? So I'm not there having all the weight to the front. I kind of still have the weight on this leg. And I'm just kind of touching base there. Can also be here or there. But just find a comfortable, safe position for yourself. Lengthen, relax the abdomen, and then start finding your spinal waves again. The more you soften up here and just allow the body to flow, the more you can feel that feeling of warmth from the inside. Make sure that you use the shoulders, even when you use the arms. It can be circles, it can be figure eights and more of a spiral-like movement. You can play with whatever element or movement feels better for you. Step back with the right leg. So now the left is to the front. Bend both knees and make sure that the back heel is lifted. Expand your movements a little bit more. The legs are moving, they're kind of receiving the weight to then land with the back foot and continue. Bend the knees if you like. Allow the thighs to receive the weight. And now a little bit less arms and focus more on the shoulders. Connect with the upper back, middle back, lower back, and the chest and the abdomen. Now, if you can, one arm at a time. From the front, it looks like this. And I am expanding, relaxing, squeezing the blood away from one side to the other, from the short side to the long side, and vice versa. And now come with the hips forward. Pause your arms in front of you and come to balance. Anytime you feel this shape is too much, come down. You can even just touch, so you don't have to be here if it's too much or if it's just not feasible for your body. And from there, connect with the toes. Bend the knee, the left knee. Relax the shoulders, move the neck, move the fingers, relax the face. Check that the abdomen is soft. And then from here we go down. I'm bending here and coming up. I'm bending and coming up. And then from there, stretch and point the right leg in front of you. Pubic bone forward, expand the abdomen, expand the chest. Arms out to the side. And again, do again the pubic bone, abdomen, and chest. Shoulders go down, shoulder blades expand, fingertips are pointing towards the floor. Arms are pressing out to the sides. And see if you can start lengthening the right leg and slowly lifting it up. Lifting it up also, the head towards the ceiling. And from there, bend. Take a few steps there. Lift up the arms. And go down again. Lift up. Lift up the heels. And just melt down all the way. Bend your knees. Relax the shoulders. Relax the neck and face. From there, put your hands down onto the mat and come directly into child's pose. So down on your knees, find a comfortable distance between your knees. And then we go. Down. Find your position. Keep the hands in contact with the mat. Keep the shoulders lengthening towards your ears. Keep the sit bones lengthening towards the heels. And breathe into your abdomen. finding the balance between the activations, the lengthening, and also the relaxation, the melting down. Slowly come up. Come and sit. And flex your feet, bend your legs. And from there, again, find a position for the spine that is not arched, but it's also not slouching. It's something in between. And from there, we will start again with our waves. We're going to go into a forward fold, but coming there with our own active movements. You can keep your knees bent, or you can gradually have them straight. And when you feel that you have softened up enough, stay in the forward fold, but with the round back. So I don't want to arch and feel kind of that I want to have the back flat against the legs. I want to actually round it. So kind of the nose that goes closer to the pubic bone. And that's the way you actually create more space in between each vertebra. Allow the arms to rest on your sides, the face to soften up. And with your eyes open, you can start looking at your abdomen. Notice how it expands when you breathe in and relaxes when you breathe out. Maybe each time you breathe out, you can kind of find a little bit more depth or softness and sink deeper in the fold. Send the breath anywhere in the body where you might feel some tension or stiffness. It can be the hips, the lower back, the space in between your shoulder blades or the neck, even the shoulders. So be present with that feeling. And gently come up. Feet on the mat. Lean back. And if you can, lift up the feet even just a few centimeters, relaxing the shoulders and bringing in some movement. Just explore different types of movement with the arms. Can be small, can be bigger. It can be a much broader movement to then come up, but just do whatever feels fun for you, really. But challenge sometimes. Although maybe you can be here, challenge and just stay here. And then stay and see if you can kind of have your knees pressing against your shoulders. And you kind of hold that position, almost like two shells. What is it? Like a oyster. And relaxing the rest of the body while keeping that activation. So there's a lot in your hips and in your abdomen. The knees are striving towards your shoulders, but I can still talk because I'm not pulling the navel in. I'm actually, as like a standard, I'm relaxing the abdomen and allow the muscles that have to be active. But I relax all the rest. I can move, I can talk, I can breathe. And relax. Stretch out the legs. Oh, the sun is coming out. Expand your legs. Maybe give it a nice lengthen to one side and the other. And while you're doing this, it's not just random movements. To think that this shoulders really wants to lift up. This, I have to come closer. This shoulder, my apologies, is coming towards the ear. You see? And as a consequence, I'm kind of bending to the side. I want to do with both. And two more. And then relax. From here, find a comfortable seated position. It can be on a chair. It can be kneeling. It can be on a pillow. It can be with the legs out. Just, I invite you to place your hands close to each other. And just notice if you feel something in between your hands. And from there, just kind of draw circles with your hands away from the body, closer to your body, lengthening and relaxing, and then just opening up. And again. To then just allow the hands to rest in your lap, on the knees, or somewhere closer to your body. Closing your eyes. Connecting almost as a plug with your sit bones. Connecting with the pelvic floor, almost like a bowl supporting all your reproductive organs, all your digestive organs, the nervous system, the nervous paths. Relaxing both pelvic floor and abdomen, softening up the shoulders, the neck, and lengthening the back without shortening the back or the front. I want, in fact, to expand both the front and the back of the spine, of the trunk. Relax the face and the jaw, the forehead, the muscles around your ears. And with your lips closed, start drawing circles, almost if you had like a candy or some delicious food in your mouth that you're just chewing on. Explore both directions. And then swallow the saliva. And with your eyes closed, move your eyes in circles, move your eyes around in both directions. So then allow the gaze to rest either up towards the forehead or on the tip of the nose. Relax the inside of the mouth, the inside of the throat, the inside of your chest or your abdomen. And start breathing in from the tailbone up along the spine, all the way to the crown of the head, to then breathe out from the forehead down through chest and abdomen to the pelvic floor, and then starting up again in the back of the body from the bottom up. Breathing out in the front of the body from the forehead down. Lengthen that breath. Breathe in and out from your nose. And make the breath inaudible that only you can hear. Breathe into the abdomen. Let the abdomen be soft. Soften up the face. Lengthen the breath in. And soften up, passive, the breath out. Whenever the breath comes, a picture expansion. The air is coming in from the nose because we are expanding that area. Sucking in air, inviting in air through the nostrils. Do one last round. Then go back to natural breath. We forget about breathing. And then we start creating some heat in between your hands. Then go to massage your face, maybe dry it if it's a little bit sweaty or dusty or and from there you can go and lay down in Shavasana. You can have like a nice sweater on or socks or a blanket. Make sure that you make yourself comfortable for these few minutes of rest. The challenge is sometimes for Shavasana is stillness. Brain sometimes cannot really handle it or has difficulties in actually be doing nothing. We are creating during Savasana the death, an empty moment. And the brain sometimes start throwing all sorts of thoughts. Wants to open your eyes and look around and instead just surrender to gravity. Allow the legs to feel heavy, feet to feel heavy, the glutes to relax, the abdomen to relax, the shoulders to really melt down and towards the side as if you had somebody's hands pressing down on you. Allow gravity to do its job and surrender. Notice the sounds around you in the room. Notice the sounds that come from outside. Go back to the sounds closer to you, around you. The sound and the feeling of your own breath flowing in and out from your nostrils. The sound of your heart. Maybe sounds of digestions. Maybe your blood flowing in the body. And give yourself a moment to just be. Away from all the doing. One moment of emptiness, of stillness. Hmm. Start gently coming back to your body, to the physical sensation of the weight against the floor, the breath giving you life. And really appreciating all those tiny processes happening in your body constantly, every day. Being thankful that you woke up this morning, that you opened your eyes. Invite gentle movements in your body wherever you feel it is ready to move. You can stretch your body exactly as if you had just woken up. And then when you feel ready, you can turn onto one side, rolling onto one side. And then coming up to seated with your eyes closed. If you like, you can place your hands in front of the heart and bow down to yourself, to your divine body that allows you to experience life each day since the day you were born, and probably even before that, in your mother's belly. And whenever you're ready, you can come back to the room. And remember that this feeling is always available inside you. But this centeredness, this feeling grounded, is a challenge to reach when we live in this society where there is so many inputs every second. I hope you enjoy the class and that I'll see you again here. Drop a like or follow if you enjoy this class. And I'll see you on Instagram and on the Synergy podcast.